Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of the Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say, he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, still giving away a free flamethrower with every IT purchase with Picatinny rail adapter, so you can mount it to any standard AR-15 like all awesome accessories can be. Go to toppingtechnologies.com and click the flamethrower button to learn more and see me shooting a flamethrower. Lastly, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part podcast, you have Prada buying Versace for over $1 billion, which is a pretty penny. And yeah, I guess it makes sense when you consider how profitable high luxury items are. Though obviously, I don't know. I don't have any direct experience. Got this suit at Men's Warehouse. Geez, it's probably 12 years ago. Pretty good ROI, but definitely not to the level of Prada. Now, this comes with thanks to Charlotte Edwards, the writer at BBC. And they say, quote, Prada to buy rival Versace for $1.36 billion. And here you can see one of their nice bags. Definitely not overpriced and completely a ripoff. Definitely not mostly profit that they pocket. Well, to their credit, they also spend a lot of money on marketing. But yeah, that little bag or purse, whatever the hell you want to call that piece of leather, that is probably worth more than my car. Some might say that's not much since it's a Honda Civic Si, but I love her and she's green and cool. But yeah, I mean, those purses and bags, I believe they call it clutch, not like clutches in a car, which is where all the clutches should be. But nevertheless, people buy them in droves. The power of the brand is unparalleled with some of these luxury brands. From a marketing perspective, quite impressive. And there's some nice craftsmanship put into it as well, don't get me wrong. Now they say, quote, Prada has agreed to buy smaller rival Versace for a $1 billion deal to unite two of the biggest fashion design labels. The design two companies, the two Italian brands, are estimated value of $1.36 billion, the Prada Group said Thursday. Prada chairman Prazilio Bertelli says, quote, we aim to continue Versace's legacy of celebrating and reinterpreting its bold and timeless aesthetic, unquote. They say the Prada Group already owns several design labels, including, this shows how much I'm, quote, unquote, in on fashion. Spoiler, I'm not. Still rocking the New Balance 990s. I think I'm on my 18th pair. They're pretty legit. But nevertheless, these high design labels include Meow Meow, M-I-U. Have you ever heard of them? I haven't, but apparently they're very nice brands. And luxury footwear brand Church's. I would assume not a subsidiary of Church's Chicken, but I can't be sure. I'm like partially kidding. Now they say, quote, the acquisition of Versace will create a multi-billion-dollar luxury fashion group, putting the brands in position to compete with the likes of French luxury conglomerate LVMH and Kering, which the only person who actually consistently will sometimes inch out above Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos in terms of the highest net worth, well, not counting Saudi princes, but it is the CEO and founder of LVMH Group, which is, I was going to say Tiffany, and a conglomerate of more luxury brands than I could possibly fathom. It's dozens upon dozens, from perfume to clothing to jewelry, pretty much everything. So if that's why that might sound familiar, LVMH Group, which is pretty crazy. Fashion is worth more than, cars and technology. Now, granted, this net worth fluctuating, so sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But to me, I still find that fascinating. A hell of a business achievement as well. Now, say, quote, negotiations to buy Versace between Prada and Capri began in February. The price Prada agreed to pay for Versace is significantly lower than $2.15 billion that they had spent when it bought Versace in 2018. The deal, which includes the brand's debt pile, comes as Versace has been operating at a loss amid a slowdown in demand for luxury fashion worldwide. Interesting. Capri also owns fashion brands including Jimmy Choo. I don't know who that is. Now, I do know this other guy, Michael Kors. Though, I was a little disappointed he's not actually the founder of the beer company. I'm only partially kidding. I didn't know that. Michael Kors does things that women like in terms of like shirts and purses, stuff like that. I'm kidding. I've seen the logo around. Now, they say, quote, Mr. Bertelli said that the Prada Group will provide Versace with a quote-unquote strong platform. Versace has huge potential. The journey will be long and require disciplined execution and patience, added Andre Guerrera, the CEO of Prada. He noted that in March, Donatella Versace stepped down from her creative director role at the luxury brand after nearly 30 years. She had held the position since 1977 and took over after the murder of her brother Gianni. The 69-year-old has a new role as a chief brand ambassador for Versace, Dario Vitali, who is the former design and image director at Meow Meow, took over as chief creative officer. So it'll be interesting to see, how well this acquisition works. Granted, they're buying their debt too, which is never fun. But yeah, we have seen more and more people decreasing the luxury spend, and even places like Walmart, they have all these knockoffs that look pretty darn close, and some of the same materials. Those are increasing in popularity. It's also pretty funny when some of these factories that have not funny, it's illegal. That's why no one likes China. But I'm sorry, China. But there are many instances where the same factories and subcontractors that make some of these, luxury brands, they will also make the knockoffs. They'll just not include the actual, logo from the contract. So it's the same materials, same person making it. Granted, they might do it a little more sloppily, but to me, when I talk to my friends who are, in the more upper echelon, let's just say they don't have Honda money, they have, what do they have? Porsche money. Yeah, they are starting to look at, well, that knockoff's got the same materials. It's a fraction of the price. Most people can't tell. So I think, again, we'll see how that works out in terms of, combating all these counterfeits. But I think that's also a big variable that they're not talking about in the specific article of what is chiseling away at the demand for these ultra luxury products. But let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.